Hello everyone, welcome to 2020 Tarot. This is Natalie. This is going to be your weekend energies for the weekend of April 16th, 17th, and 18th. I'm noticing some cards are backwards, so let me just make sure they're all upright. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to start with Aries, as I usually do, and I'm going to work my way through to Virgo. And I'm going to timestamp every sign in the description box below. I'm also at the end going to be picking 3 cards for pick a card scenarios where you're going to ask a question that needs to be answered with a yes or no answer. Okay? So having said that, I'm going to start with Aries. So Aries, your weekend energies. Aries. Weekend energies for Aries. April 16th, 17th, and 18th. So those of you who have birthdays this week or this weekend, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great time and you're going to be surrounded with lots of love and friends and whatnot. Okay, so this is taking a little longer, so I'm going to cut the deck for you. Okay, so here we go. For Aries, for the weekend, we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 6 of Cups, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so it looks like you may have some challenges this weekend with individuals. Maybe things are not turning out or were not to turn out the way you wanted them to turn out, and you made a fuss about it. I mean, if it's your birthday weekend, after all, you have the right to. I mean, my perception of birthdays is that it's that one day for that person a year, that it's their special day, and it should be recognized by all, especially if you care about them, right? So I have a feeling that something to the effect is going on like that for you with the 5 of Swords, and you have a right to say that you want things a certain way. After all, it's your special day, all right? So again, this is very focused on those Aries that are celebrating a birthday this weekend, but for those that are not, it could be a similar situation where you have to fight for what you believe in and what you think is right. It may not please everybody, okay? But it is what it is. Then after that, we have the 6 of Cups, which is probably either you're doing this with a soulmate or you are doing this with someone that has been around you for your entire life. Could be friends or family, but someone, you grew up from childhood with. Cousins, relatives of any kind, right? So that's how I see that regarding that card, the 6 of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is someone who's presenting you with an offer, so an emotional offer. So out of all of that, as it turns out, someone out of the group, if some people, you had a disagreement with or of some kind, well, at least one person out of the group is going to be honoring you and providing you with something emotionally satisfying or gratifying for you, okay? So we have the Coffin, we have the Lilies, and then we have the Scythe card. And I pulled another card because of the Scythe card, and this is a woman on the end. It could be a man, so there's no gender attached to these cards for general readings. So there's going to be an ending of some kind, which brings peace. And then something's going to happen suddenly or something's going to be cut out. But I think more so it's a timeline thing. It's going to be sudden. You're going to get some communication from a woman or a man that's going to be communicating with you or reaching out to you somehow very suddenly. Okay. Your energy from the Whispers of Nature is Love Matters, card number 43. So that reduces to 7, and 7 is the Chariot. Right? So love matters. And I think love always matters, no matter what. Love always matters. So there's going to be something happening this weekend where it's going to bring that to the forefront for you. And there's a couple of doves on here and peace lilies as well. So, love matters, but it brings peace as well. There's even a shooting star on here. So make a wish. Make a wish, Aries. This card here is a card about similarities and dissimilarities. So we have a bunch of eggs in here, and then we have one individual who's also got the same colors of the eggs, and he's kind of blended in with all the rest. And I think this is exactly what it is. It's if it's your birthday weekend, or if it's you needing to communicate your thoughts and fight for your rights. That again is, you're part of the people, like you're part of the eggs, like the example on here, but you're slightly different and you're entitled to be different. Not everybody has to be same cookie cutter type of scenarios. So all of that said, I think you're going to have a good weekend after the little blurb that starts off the weekend, but it ends very well. Okay, Aries, you take care and have a happy birthday if again it's your birthday. Take care. Hello, Taurus. So welcome to your weekend of April 16th, 17th, and 18th. And, whoops, there's one card flying out. We'll take that one. So it's the Nine of Wands, meaning it's asking you to persevere. So, you've been through the hoops already with a certain situation, and it's asking you to persevere because it's not over it. This is followed by two major arcana, the Hierophant, which is your card, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So either the Hierophant is you coming out in your reading, or the Hierophant speaks of either your marriage or some kind of institution. But things seem to be going in the right direction for you because you have the Wheel of Fortune hopping onto that wheel, which will turn and start turning in your favor. So we have here with Lenormand, the birds. We have the Mountain. Birds is communication, so any kind of verbal communication, telephone calls, or face-to-face conversations. The Mountains is about delays and obstacles, and then that's followed up with the Sun card. So whatever situation that was an impasse, and we see that here, there was an impasse because it's asking you to persevere, so obviously there's an obstacle, right? So there was an impasse, and most likely to do with your love or something to do with work, okay? And there's going to be some communications that you're going to have about this. And, communication is always great to try to resolve issues. But all in all, after that's said and done, you're going to hop on that wheel. Things are going to start turning in your favor. And the card 31 here, which is the Sun, it trumps everything and it makes everything beautiful, bright, shiny, energetic, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Okay? So it's all going to turn out well for you, my dear Taurus. Your whispers from the nature is card number 34, and it says vulnerability. So card 34 is also card number 7, if you reduce that. So that would be like the Chariot in the major arcanas. But sometimes you need to be vulnerable in order for others to understand where you're coming from. And that's probably why you're going to have to, there's obstacles. And you're asked to be persevering through this process. Because evidently you need to be honest with yourself and with them. Be vulnerable. Show what it is that you're afraid of, or you're scared of, or you're tired of. I mean, this guy is vulnerable. He's been at war. He's got bandages wrapped around his head. He's exhausted. He's probably hurt. So just make sure that you do communicate that to whomever you need to. And then what I really like about this is this old person who's walking up to this fairy tale book. And he is going to walk into that book, which happens to be like a story. So all in all, this turns out to be a fairy tale story. And it's going to be good. I don't know any of the fairy tales that turn out to be absolutely nasty endings. They usually turn out into very good endings. So this puts a good omen on the weekend. And look, you have that purple in both of these cards, like a light violet purple. And to me, that's a sign of ease, peace, and also some rejuvenation. That's what I see from this, like feeling like even like lavender, like soothing, right? Healing, relaxing kind of scenario. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. So you have a good weekend, Taurus, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekend of April 16th, 17th, and 18th. Oops, we had 2 cards here already. Oh, we got 3 already, so those are your cards. All right, so your tarot for the weekend starts with the 7 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands. So you have a lot of options in front of you. These options could be confusing to you at this time, but at least you've got options, like opportunities that are presented to you, okay? The Knight of Swords comes in and is very rash and brash and quick communications, quick actions. So possibly these options are making you react very quickly about a situation. And then you have the King of Wands. So ending up that weekend with total confidence and passion and action. So anyways, it's a good weekend for you to get moving. It's looking very favorable, and finishing off with some great, characteristics for yourself, feeling good about it, okay? So we have the stars, we have the scythe, and one more, if not two. Okay, the whip. I'm going to take one more. And the bear. Okay. Okay, there's a bunch of cards that were flipped out, but I'll just move them over. Okay, so the stars could be related to networking. And I would say it has to do with that because of the Seven of Cups here. So you have this networking opportunity that all of a sudden is either sudden or allows you to cut out options that you have. And this has to do with your day-to-day activities, okay? This has got to do with your financial situation and your how you build your wealth with the whip and the bear. So I think that there's going to be either a slight change to your plans or what you thought you'd be doing, and you're going to be able to zone in onto what it is that you're going to actually move forward with and adopt in order to secure your finances moving forward. Could be job related, could be hobby related, that you're going to be doing something that's going to pay you off, or whatever it is. You're definitely going to be making some kind of choice this weekend regarding that, or at least honing into, zooming into that. And the card that we got for you is card number 43, and it says Love Matters. So love matters. Maybe there's a sense of you need to love what you're going to be doing. Cups are associated with emotions as well. So maybe you had a tendency of loving a couple of things as options, but now you have to zone in on them and really go with what truly deeply makes you feel happy. 43, I don't know if I mentioned this, 43 goes into 7, reduces to 7. So that's also the Chariot moving ahead. There's also a shooting star on here. So shooting stars is about making a wish. See up there? Make a wish on that shooting star for you this weekend, Gemini. And then we have, okay, so there's these footsteps, okay? And again, to me, this is a sense of changing, not necessarily direction, but you're going in the same direction, but you're going to be changing something about the way you go into that direction. The footsteps are black initially, and then they turn into white. So you're definitely going to be bringing some change. And I think that's what it is. You're cutting something out. And with this Knight of Swords, you're cutting one of the options or some of the options to be able to focus in on something that'll be better for you, better suited for you, that you'll care about very much deeply, and will secure your finances. It's just a slight tweak, let's say. Okay? So enjoy your weekend, Gemini, and we'll see you next weekend. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekend reading for the 16th, 17th, and 18th of April. So Cancer, let's start with tarot for Cancer. We have the King of Swords, being very analytical, factual, or even decision-making of authority with authority. You have the Strength card, and then you have the Six of Wands for recognition or victory. So it looks like you're probably going to be doing some thinking this weekend where you do need to take action on a situation in order to, and be very analytical about it. With the Strength card, I would say also that you have to have courage and strength to surmount that and be able to deliver on that decision. But the overall aftermath is that you'll be successful at it. And the context would appear that it has to do with your home, your securities. Could involve if yourself or someone else. There's an ending because the coffin is there. And then you have the letter, which speaks of communications in writing, texting, letters, emails, whatsoever. So looks like you're going to have, it's probably a decision pertaining to your home or with someone in your home where there's an ending. And that's going to be put in writing. This document could also be a contract. Okay, it could also be a contract that you're closing out, or you're finalizing, or you are ending. Okay, let's leave it at that, and let's go with your energies from the nature. So it's called empowerment, and the card number is 45. That reduces to 9, which is the Hermit. So maybe you do need to do some soul searching. And as you can see on this card, the sun is kind of rising. There's a lot of turmoil on one side of the card. And then on the other side where the sun is starting to rise, it's cleared up. So on the left-hand side of the card, you have like darkness. You may have even lightning. You have clouds. But on the right-hand side, where she's looking at, she's getting empowered, and the sun is shining and shedding light on things. So something's probably going to come to reality, or to light for you this weekend, and it's going to empower you to make that decision. And it's at the same time, you have the Strength card, which is a card of power as well, building up that courage and strength to be able to take action on something. And here we have this guy who's seems like climbing some stairs, but really it is a film, like a camera film. So there's part of the story, or part of a story, that you've reached the maximum with, okay? You're at the end of the roll. You're climbing up that second last ladder, or not ladder, but rung on the ladder. So there's an ending to a story here. That's what I see, an ending to a story. Whichever way that rhymes for you. Okay, my dear Cancer. So all the best to you this weekend. Take care. Hello, Leo. So for your weekend of April 16th, 17th, and 18th, we have for you, okay, the Death card. So something's coming to an end in order to allow something else to rise or be birthed. And then we have the World. So again, another closing out of a cycle. So a new cycle can start. The Queen of Swords. Okay, she's either putting someone out of their misery. Let's pull another one on all of this, okay? She's deciding. She's got that final act. She's very clear about it, though. Okay, these three. Oh, my God. Something important is happening to you this weekend. You've got two major arcanas announcing endings and starting something new, okay? You have the Queen of Swords, super analytical woman or energy who's going to be cutting something out. So this is where you come into play, where you're doing the action. And look what you have, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. What more can you ask for? You have love, which is probably self-love in this case. You're putting an end to something that was toxic to you or not working out for you. And then you have a completely new opportunity coming in. Tangible opportunity, something that's either going to make you money or, you know, financially secure. You have the Stork, which is also a change card. Jeez, Leo. Interesting weekend for you, Leo. We have the Mice, which is dwindling or stress, worries. We have the Woman, and I'm going to put one more on that. Oops. Okay, well, this one here. So events, gatherings, meetings. So it looks like there's going to be a change with the level of stress or worries that you may have had in the past. Okay, I'll associate this woman, could be a man. There's no gender to these cards. There's two cards in this deck that are gender specific, but for these general readings, I'm going to call it out as it's not gender specific. So it's a woman that came out, but it could be a man. So less worries and stress for this person, which is you, coming from a meeting or an event that's going to allow you to hear the news or decide on what to do and take this action. All right. What's your card for the energy from nature? We have heighten your vitality. And this has got a complete rainbow. It's completely energized, this globe, and it's shining light from all the colors from a rainbow. And you can see it's full of energy, right? So, and vitality. So card number 49, 4 plus 9 is 13. So that's, again, the death card. And if we reduce that further to 4, 13 is 4, that's kind of like for your stability, right? For your foundations. Very nice card. So heighten your vitality. Maybe you need to do that. And that's how you're doing that. You're cutting something out. It doesn't have to be people. It could be something, right? It could be a bad habit. It could be something that you're spending or wasting time on, or something that's, been, like, for example, very quickly, I'm a Leo, okay? So for some reason during the pandemic, I ended up being super addicted to my phone. I'm trying to wean off of my phone now because this is crazy. I spend way too much time on that phone. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably something to that effect. You need to cut something out. You're going to cut it out. All right. So anyways, having said that, let's move on. This is, again, an energy card. You have this girl swinging on a swing inside a light bulb, and her swinging is generating energy and light. So heighten your vitality. I would say in the process, don't forget to think about you, your needs, and having fun through the process. Don't just be, you're Leo after all, right? So remember that you're the energy, you're the sun, but you're also childlike, not in your behavior, but in your wanting to have fun kind of thing scenario, okay? I'll leave it at that, and that'll be it for you, my dear Leos, and see you next weekend. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the 16th, 17th, and 18th weekend of April. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. I'm going to take these two: Temperance, the King of Cups. Great. Balanced, harmonized energies of emotions and stability. Wow, the King and the Queen. So this is a power couple. This, to me, speaks of complete harmony and between a couple that are both loving, and if one's a little down, the other one's going to compensate. It's like beautiful. It's equal give and take for this couple. You're going to have a beautiful weekend. I'm most likely in love with your partner, Virgo, or if you're not with your partner, you're finding a partner. We have the union partnership card here. And you know what? I was going to say, usually the tower in this deck, because this is the tower in this deck means single people or institutions. I have a funny feeling that you're probably going to be meeting somebody this weekend, for those of you that are single, because you're going to create this new union, this new partnership with someone, and most likely this someone is someone pertaining to your day-to-day activities, whether you're working or whether it is you're volunteering or whatever it is that you do every day. You're going to be meeting someone and partnering up with them, and it's the partnership of the lifetime, soulmates. Okay, either that, or if you're already in a relationship with someone, I think this is going to be even more intensified this weekend. How the harmony between the two of you is so balanced and so beautiful. One will compensate for the other's lack of something on the weekend, and vice versa. You're probably, if not working together, like no one is, not necessarily no one, but most people are not working on weekends. But it's probably some activity that you're doing together during the weekend. And this is going to bring this out. Okay, so let's pick a card for the universe. The nature. And it says potential gateway, card number 50. So 50. So there's going to be a change this weekend that allows you to cross over onto another dimension. There's a gateway opening for you, Virgo, which is a beautiful card. So you and your partner, or you yourself, where you'll be able to meet someone. And look at that. We have, again, looking into the tree trunk, there is an opening. And this person here is sitting and looking up into the universe where there's there's light shining. And they're staring at that. So it's kind of like you're looking into the light. You're looking into the light, Virgo. And it's going to bring you clarity. I really like this for you, Virgo. All right, you have a nice weekend. And please, everyone, stand by. I'm going to clear the table and I'm going to wrap right into the pick a card. All right, take care. Hello, everyone. So here's where you would ask a question or 3 questions, because I'll pick 3 cards. It's up to you. I always, whenever I listen myself to these readings, not mine, but somebody else's, and there's a pick a card, I always have a question for each card. Okay, sorry about that. I can't shuffle right now. But yeah, so anyways, I always have a question for each of the cards. Different topics, obviously, different sectors of my life, career, love, my general well-being, whatever. But, you're entitled to do that. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. But these questions that you're going to ask need to have a yes or no answer. Okay, so if you haven't formulated your question yet, pause the video. Because I'm now going ahead with selecting 3 cards. Card number 1, 2, and 3. Again, if you haven't finished with your question yet, pause the video. Okay, card number 1. The answer is yes, within the next few weeks. Card number 2. The answer is yes, be assertive. Card number 3. It says no, reconsider. All right. I hope you have a great weekend, everyone. So you take care and see you next weekend. Bye-bye.